Good evening, Santee United Methodist Church friends and family. Here we are on Maundy Thursday as we enter into the last days of our Holy Week, moving towards Easter Sunday. And I want to share with you a couple of reflections about this evening. I pray that you can turn to your Bibles and open up to John chapter 13 and read this story of Jesus gathering his disciples in that upper room for that Passover feast. It was the night that he broke bread and shared the common cup with his disciples and told them that each time they break bread together, to do it in remembrance of him and to know that he was always going to be present with them. He also participated in a great act of service and hospitality in washing his disciples' feet. Some of them didn't want him to wash his feet and didn't understand why he wanted to wash their feet, but he said, "I came to serve you. Take this as an example. Go out and serve one another." And he left them with a new commandment, to love one another as he had loved them. Our call as Christians is to take this Maundy Thursday experience and to make that a part of our daily living, to love our neighbor as ourselves, to love one another as Jesus, as God has loved us. I pray that as you watch my family wash each other's hands, that you can connect yourselves with ours and to wash the hands of other people within your household. And if you're alone, to spend time and understand that I want to serve you and I love you, and that we can participate in this across the internet in a special way. I do want to share a couple images, though, too. First is, of course, Leonardo da Vinci's wonderful masterpiece called The Last Supper, and it encapsulates this wonderful scene of the 12 disciples gathered around Jesus as he broke bread. The next image is an image that somebody has created from that first masterpiece, but have removed everyone from the table. It reminds us of the physical distancing that we're experiencing and the empty churches that will be present on Sunday, Easter Sunday, and this evening, and even in Good Friday. And then this kind of comical one, which tells us the story of how we're living in community with one another, Zooming with one another, and staying connected through the internet. I give thanks for these ways that we're connecting with one another. I pray that you can find humor in them, that you can find connection in them. It's a real honest expression of our hope to be with one another. Know that we are with one another, and ultimately God is with us through this time. God bless you on this special Maundy Thursday. Well, here we are on Maundy Thursday. Maundy in Latin means mandatum, or commandment. It is a reminder that when Jesus gathered his disciples in that upper room for that Passover feast, that not only did he share in that Last Supper of breaking bread and sharing the common cup together and inviting them to always remember him with them each time they broke bread and shared from the common cup, but he also washed his disciples' feet, and he gave them a new commandment, to love each other as he had loved them. We are in this interesting time where we are asked to have physical distance from one another, and we're under this stay-at-home order. And one of the things that we have to do is to wash our hands a lot. We've been asked to wash our own hands. But on this day, I'm going to invite my family to share in washing each other's hands as an act of hospitality and an act of love. And I'd like to invite you to gather the people in your household and wash each other's hands with us. And if you are all by yourself, imagine that you are with us now and that I am imagining washing your hands in this moment. And so I'm going to invite Jack, if you could pull your hands out over the bowl. And I want you to remember that wonderful story where Jesus grabbed a pitcher much like this and poured water onto his disciples' feet, grabbed a cloth, wiped them down, and washed his disciples' feet, much like I'm washing your hands, as a sign of hospitality and love. Can you put your hands back in the water there? And he reminded them that he was called to serve them and that they should serve one another. And again, that they should love one another as he had loved them. Can I dry your hands?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. And Kelly, would you like to wash them? Oh, I'll wash yours first, and then you can wash mine. And as I'm washing Mommy's hands, what's one way that you've seen people loving one another during this time of being out of school?
People are giving food to one another, like from different schools.
Okay, so we've gone to a school and fed other people and handed out lunches. Excellent. Would you guys like to wash my hands?
Woohoo! Who do that? Now give soap. Do that, and I can get soap.
Thank you. Do you want to wash my hands? Rub them? There we go. Okay, and Mommy can rinse them off. And what's one way that you've seen people loving one another, Kelly?
Like Jack sharing food, but specifically friends sharing fruit, neighbors putting out boxes of lemons or oranges and saying help yourself, words of kindness, words of love, people putting things up in their windows. There's a sign in our neighborhood that says stay positive. So people are doing their best to help one another in this really difficult and challenging time.
So on this Maundy Thursday, remember not only the time that Jesus broke bread and shared the cup with his disciples and washed his disciples' feet, but he gave us a new commandment, to love one another as he had loved us. Let us be love for one another. I pray that you can find ways to love your family in this difficult time, but also expressions of love outside of our homes in our community. That's it. Have a great evening, and God bless you until we gather again on Easter Sunday.
Bye. Bye, 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 bye.